Hey guys, Thomas Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, with another movie review for Home. So, just my quick score altercation. I said it out of 100 for the Annie movie review, and I should have just said 0 out of 10, 0 being just don't even watch this movie, and 10 being like the masterpiece. But, for this movie, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I think it was an okay film. Um, and just sort of like my previous review, I'm going to say what I felt like could have been improved, and then talk about what was good about the film, and then say who would enjoy this film at the end. So, the first thing that was sort of uh, something that I think could have been worked on was the main character, the female, because I can't remember her name, to be honest. And when I'm trying to do these reviews, I'm trying to recollect uh, what things were without doing further research. Like, I'm trying to remember as much as possible, but I cannot remember the female's name, to be perfectly honest. She wasn't the most memorable character, so I just kind of said, "Oh, female character, whatever her name is," and you know, I think she was serviceable for the movie, but I'm just saying, like, I just can't remember her name. Like, I'm not trying to say it was like the worst or like something you should like avoid seeing because of that, but I definitely think that there was this like one constant thing that was like, oh well, she's looking for her mom. Like, that was the only thing I could remember very solidly from the movie, at least from her point of view. But there was this one part that I felt like completely took me out of the mood of the movie, and that was when she was, and this happens near the end, where she's like sitting in this corner and it's all emotional, and she's sort of like in this corner wall here, and then there's this music playing, and it's from Rihanna, the person I know that she does the voiceover for this, but like her song was like playing, and it was like, this music doesn't fit the mood of what's going on right now. It does not. Like, you could have done just instrumental music. I think that would have been so much more suiting for the moment of what was actually happening in that scene. It was very sad, and it was supposed to be very sad, but it didn't come across that way, at least to me. I was like, oh, this is just sort of happening, but I'm not feeling as much as I should, because this music's sort of like draining out everything else that's happening. But like, in the place that it works was when they were both in the car. Oh, like, that's his name, and the girl, I can't remember her name, but they were in the car and they were hovering and they were doing the whole music thing, and then, this is the thing that we see in the trailer, so it's the thing where, like, if you've seen it too much, it sort of does overtake its stay. Like, it's sort of like, oh, it's just that scene that we saw in the trailer 100 times. So I think the trailer did take away from it in that sense, that that's sort of the part you're expecting to see, and you can still get a laugh out of it from kids, but like, I'm just sitting there watching it going, oh, it's that part, okay. Like, it got me to smile a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit, but like, I think in terms of how they could have approached the trailer, I think they could have done a little bit of a better job and not have that be like one of the things that they've uh, one of the jokes that they just have there. And the worst, I think, what really bums me out is that they actually try to bring that joke back at the end, and it doesn't work. Like, it's like, well, I mean, it kind of worked the first time, but now, and I'm talking about the line, waving your arms in the air like you just don't care. I'm talking about that line, of course, and they bring it back at the end. It's like, well, it's not funny the second time. I mean, and you're having it coming from another character, so it doesn't really fit as much the second time. I don't know. Um, but I think besides those parts at the end, like, everything else in the end was fantastically done. I actually really enjoyed that the whole lying and getting caught cliche actually ended up being really, really well done. Like they just hit it right at the like very early on in the beginning, just like, oh, he lied, but then he turns green, and then she knows he lied, and she's like, but you made a promise, you have to keep this promise. Like, it wasn't like the typical cliche of just like, I'm just gonna be angry with you until like a certain point. They got it out of the way nice and early, and I thought that was really clever of them to do that. So that was a really nice change of like how to play with the cliche of sort of dealing with the typical liar and then getting caught in the big reveal. Just if they got it over with nice and early, and I thought that was really nice of them to sort of have the underline throughout the movie actually. So I thought that was really well done. Like you can see that he grows much more of being a character than she does. So it does almost sort of feel like he's more of a main character than her. And I'm only saying that because he's going through much more of a transformation as far as he started off not even realizing what he was doing, and now at the end of the movie, of course, we get the change. So, and you get that reveal where the thing you thought was the big scary thing ended up not being the big scary thing at all, and again, that just really works. And it is sort of another cliche thing, but I think for kids films it's okay to do cliches like this as long as they're handled well. And like I said, I think the first one, as I said, was done really, really well done. The second one, it was done pretty well as well. I mean, not as well, but again, it was serviceable. So again, I think I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. I think it's a movie that kids have already enjoyed, and I think if I don't think you'll have any issues with any other person wanting to check this out. I think it's a pretty decently done movie. Yeah, so if you want to check out Home, check it out. If you liked what you saw in the trailer, I think you'll enjoy this movie, and I think there are a few things that will catch you off guard, it caught me off guard. So I think those parts will be really well handled if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, I think this movie can be enjoyed by those people. So I think overall this movie has been covered. So this has been Thomas Stewart Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.